Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good evening. My name is Megan Saylor, and as the Vice President of the senior class, I would like to welcome you to the 91st commencement ceremony for Ross High School. Thank you for being here for this evening to be a part of such a momentous occasion. It is now my pleasure to introduce the principal of Ross High School, Mr. Brian Martin.
Before we get started, I ask that you please join me in a moment of silence in honor of the victims of the shooting in Texas yesterday. Thank you. Good evening and welcome. My name is Brian Martin, and it is my honor to be the principal of Ross High School. Tonight is a very exciting event for our graduates and one in which they have earned the right to be seated before you. Tonight is a celebration of the academic accomplishments of our students. It is a different type of celebration than that of an athletic event. It is a different celebration than that of a musical competition or a drama presentation. It is a different celebration than homecoming or prom. Tonight's ceremony is one that deserves a high level of dignity and respect. I ask that you take a minute to silence your phones. I also ask that you refrain from sidebar conversations as this distracts from the enjoyment of all of our guests. And lastly, I ask that you do not use any type of air horn or noisemaker at any point during the ceremony. The young people seated before you tonight have put in long hours and a lot of hard work to be here this evening, and I think we can all agree that each and every one of them deserves to hear their name called as they approach the podium. Let's join together to ensure that they have a commencement ceremony worth remembering. Now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the president of the Ross High School class of 2022, Ms. Savannah Smith.
Welcome to the 91st commencement ceremony for Ross High School. My name is Savannah Smith, and I'm the president of the class of 2022. I would like to take a minute to introduce the people sitting on stage with me tonight. Please stand and remain standing as I introduce you. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Mrs. Heather Hayes, member of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. Brian Martin, principal of Ross High School. Ms. Megan Saylor, Vice President of the Class of 2022. Ms. Brittany Clark, Counselor at Ross High School. Mr. Sean Van Winkle, President of the Ross Local School Board. Mrs. Amy Beal, Counselor at Ross High School. Mr. Kenyon Cummins, Dean of Students at Ross High School. Mrs. Amy Webb, Member of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. Steve Castor, Director of Pupil Personnel for the Ross Local School District. Mr. Keith Kleinfelter, Member of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. Jeremy Fraser, Treasurer and CFO for the Ross Local School District. Mr. Caleb Val, Secretary for the Ross High School Class of 2022. Mr. Robert Birding, Treasurer for the Ross High School Class of 2022. Mrs. Becky Morgan, Assistant Principal of Ross High School. Dr. Chad Conkle, Superintendent of Ross Local School District. Mrs. Diane Parrott, Director of Special Services for the Ross Local School District. Mr. Brian Smith, English teacher at Ross High School. Joining us in the audience this evening is special guest Dr. Chad Packer, Satellite Supervisor at Butler Tech. Thank you for being with us this evening. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chad Conkle, Superintendent of Ross Local Schools.
Thank you. It's my distinct honor to welcome you to the Ross High School 2022 graduation ceremony. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all the parents, grandparents, extended family members, and friends who have come tonight to celebrate this special event. You have poured years and years of encouragement, patience, and guidance into the students we see here before us. We recognize the investment you have made and understand they could not have done this without you. A sincere thank you to the Board of Education for their leadership and dedication to our district. Your commitment to the success of our district is second to none. Next, I'd like to acknowledge all the educators who have touched the lives of these students. You have invested countless hours, sometimes even years, of wisdom and knowledge into the next generation of learners. While I am admittedly biased, I know that we have the best of the best when it comes to educators and administrators. Our staff cares deeply about education and goes to great lengths to ensure that students are top quality graduates and are lifelong learners beyond graduation. It is their passion to see students reach this milestone. And of course, I must mention our incredible Ross community. Our community is filled with spirit and pride. Everywhere you look, you'll see citizens donning spirit wear and counting down the hours to the next school performance, athletic event, or music concert. You will see community members coming together to support our students. The Ross community is family. And that brings us to the reason for our gathering tonight, our incredible Ross students, our incredible Ross family. This is your night, your moment, your payoff for 13 years of studying, 13 years of homework, and 13 years of test taking, 13 years of early mornings and sometimes late evenings, 13 years of actively chasing one goal. You are here and you made it. Congratulations. Whether you live in downtown Ross, Shandon, Millville, the State Line Road area, or the Black Road area, you have come together to be a proud Ross Ram. Among us tonight, there are 103 college-bound students, 12 trade-bound students, 3 students that will enter the military, 21 students that will enter the workforce full-time, and over $4 million in scholarship awards. Now that is very impressive. In the words, yes. Good job, students. In the words of Leonardo da Vinci, quote, "Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets," unquote. So graduates, as you leave here this evening, I hope you take with you a desire for learning. No matter your journey, learning will be a vital component of your success. Whether you're heading to college, heading to the workforce, or enlisting in the military, I can assure you that learning will be required. You will be called upon to learn systems, schedules, job duties, instructions, and most importantly, you'll have to learn how to work with people. The world is big, and I know that your dreams are even bigger. I'll leave you with this thought. Of all the learning that you will ever do, the most important learning will be learning about yourself and growing as an individual. Take this time to evaluate and learn about your hopes, desires, and goals. Then, take that learning and put it into practice. You are a Ross Ram. There is no limit to your possibility. Congratulations, and I hope you have a great night. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of class of 2022, Miss Haley Trammell.
Good evening and welcome to the Class of 2022 Commencement Ceremony. I would like to take the time to thank friends, family, faculty, and everyone in between for coming to support us. Many of you have played a significant role in getting us to walk across that stage and earn our diplomas tonight. We are all grateful for our loved ones and excited that this day is finally here. I'm Haley Trammell, and I am this year's valedictorian. I'm honored and blessed to earn this achievement and stand before you today. Several years ago, I came across a poem by Robert Frost called "The Road Not Taken." In this poem, Frost says, "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by." I'm sure many of my classmates remember this poem. What Frost is trying to say is that he chose a path that seemed lonely and impossible. I like this poem because it applies to real life. When I decided that I wanted to be valedictorian, I knew it would require all of my focus and attention, and I went after it, even when it seemed lonely and impossible. But the unique relationships in my life helped make those goals seem just a little bit more possible. The people who influenced me the most during my academic career are my middle school history teacher, Mrs. Bruck, and my uncle, Mike. I found my voice in Miss Bruck's classroom, and through her belief in me, I found the courage to believe in myself. She filled a need when she saw I required some direction and encouraged me to put my passion on paper. And without her, I'm not sure I would be where I am today. She is a fantastic teacher and mentor who has deeply impacted my life. I also want to extend my deepest gratitude to my uncle, Mike. I see him like a father, and I know that I can always look to him for guidance and unconditional love. He taught me the importance of hard work, believing in myself, and above all else, to stay true to myself regardless of the consequences. I challenge all of you to reflect on the people who have molded you and shaped you into the person that you are today. Sometimes all it takes is a few of the right people to inspire the confidence you always knew you had. It makes the road less traveled by a little less lonely. Social media has created an epidemic of constant worry that we aren't living a life as worthy of our Instagram feed. It's hard to feel proud of yourself when every time you scroll, it feels like a competition of who's having the most fun or who's furthest in life. The truth is, none of these things matter. We can't compare ourselves to pixelated images when we see the best moments of people's lives. We must ask ourselves why we seek validation from strangers when they fail to see the blood, sweat, and tears that come from these achievements. In some cases, people fail to see that the perfect picture is only a green screen, methodically editing a false reality to make you feel like you aren't enough. The people who matter and affect your life shouldn't be from the faces of insignificant likes or impersonal comments. It should be from the people who took the time to get to know you and understand your story, who empathize with you and push you to become a better version of yourself. These people are the building blocks that help you reach life's real purpose, which is ultimately finding the validation that you seek from the world within yourself. To the class of 2022, I hope you find the people who encourage you to be authentic and stay true to yourself. Nobody has the power to influence your perception of yourself when you know who you are and the people you love are in your corner. I want to give one last thank you to my friends, family, teachers, my mom and my grandparents, my mentor Rebecca, and my best friend Victoria. Thank you to everyone in my life who fueled my journey down the road less traveled by. Although the road is filled with many hardships, the blessings that come from it make it worthwhile. Stay focused, continue to believe in yourself, and surround yourself with people you love. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Sterling Finkbein and the Ross High School Choirs.
Also joining our choirs this evening, also joining our choirs this evening, our ASL students will accompany the choir during their performance.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. They'll strip apart, they'll drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. We're marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hit my skin. I'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are warriors. We're not fear. Won't let them break me down, 'cause I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are warriors.
My name is Becky Morgan, and it is my pleasure to be the assistant principal at Ross High School. I am honored to be recognizing the student achievements of the 2022 graduating class. As I recognize each group of students, I ask that you please hold your applause until I have completed each group. The first group that will be recognized this evening are our departmental scholars. These students were nominated by their teachers as the top students in their respective departments. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Agriculture, Justin Baum. English, Connor Morgan. Family and Consumer Science, Lorelli Garcia. Health, Physical Education, Peyton Profit. Information Technology, Kobe Aaron. Integrated Studies, Veda Contreras. Journalism, Gracie Elliott. Math, Shelby Miller. For music, instrumental music, Robert Birding. Vocal music, Samuel Roush. Science, Chloe Adams. Social Studies, Hannah Erb. And World Language, Chloe Godby. Congratulations, students. Tonight, we would like to recognize 3 young ladies who accomplished something very special this year. Not only are they graduating tonight with a Ross High School diploma, but each of them also recently graduated from Cincinnati State with an associate's degree. Please stand. Haley Trammell, Malia Kelly, and Brianna Vonstein. Congratulations. Next, I would like to recognize all of the students graduating with an honors diploma. These students' names are denoted with the number 1 in your program. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Chloe Adams, Veronica Allen, Ty Anderson, Olivia Armstrong, Brody Arno, Lauren Bennett, Robert Birding, William Birding, Hope Davis, Lillian Dennis, Hannah Erb, Samantha Gassman, Jason Gentry, Chloe Godby, Nevaeh Greco, Riley Harville, Faith Hensley, Olivia Hoover, Ashley Jarvis, Autumn Johnson, Malia Kelly, Jeffrey McDonald, Melissa McFarland, Elena Mead, Shelby Miller, Connor Morgan, Joey Payne, Matthew Romans, Samuel Roush, Megan Saylor, Jalen Simpson, Michael Smith, Riley Thomas, Avery Townsley, Haley Trammell, Brianna Vonstein, Kayla Webster, Natalie West, and Alexandra Yeager. Congratulations, students. Next, we will be recognizing all of the members of the National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and Tri-M Music Honor Society from the graduating class of 2022. These students' names are denoted with the number 2, 3, or 4 in your program. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Members of the National Honor Society: Chloe Adams, Veronica Allen, Ty Anderson, Olivia Armstrong, Lauren Bennett, Lily Dennis, Samantha Gassman, Chloe Godby, Faith Hensley, Richie Jackson, Malia Kelly, Melissa McFarland, Elena Mead, Abby Meyer, Shelby Miller, Matthew Romans, Reese Shields, Jalen Simpson, Savannah Smith, Natalie West, Alexandra Yeager, and Riley Thomas. Congratulations. For National Technical Honor Society, we have one student, Elizabeth Guckian. Congratulations. Members of Tri-M Music Honor Society: Olivia Armstrong, Abriel Barnett, Robert Birding, Samantha Gassman, Chloe Godby, Hannah Erb, Autumn Johnson, Dylan Cook, Lydia Rose Langdon, Elena Mead, Samuel Roush, and Bailey Wetter. Congratulations. Amidst the recognition for academic excellence this evening, we also want to recognize those students who have gone above and beyond to dedicate themselves to coming to school each and every day. This year we have one student who had perfect attendance for all 4 years of high school. This means 0 absences as well as 0 tardies. Please stand, Richie Jackson. Additionally, through the College Credit Plus program, this group of seniors has already earned 548 semester hours of college credit throughout their high school careers. Would those students who earned college credit while in high school please stand and be recognized at this time? Lastly, we would like to recognize the top 10 students in the class of 2022. Because of their rigorous course loads, all of them finished with at least a 4.35 grade point average on a 4-point scale. And due to a tie, there are currently 11 of them. Please stand, Samantha Gassman, Alexandra Yeager, Connor Morgan, Chloe Adams, Lillian Dennis, Brianna Vonstein, Elena Mead, Riley Thomas, Malia Kelly, Lauren Bennett, and Haley Trammell. Congratulations. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2022, Miss Lauren Bennett.
For those who don't know me, my name is Lauren Bennett, and I am the class of 2022's salutatorian. Before I was told I was going to have this honor, I always thought it was pronounced salutatorian, but thankfully my dad corrected me on that one. Before I start, I would like to say some thank yous. Thank you to our teachers, our administrators, and our counselors. I know that I personally would not be here if it were not for Miss Raby. I would also like to thank everyone's personal support systems, whether that be their parents, siblings, or even just a friend. Thank you especially to my parents for always waking me up for school as they saved me from several tardies. They are also the reason I am standing up here today. Lastly, I want us to thank ourselves. Class of 2022, we did it. We finally reached the day that we've been waiting for since the minute we stepped in Ross High School. We pushed ourselves to the limit, survived a pandemic, and now we are finally done. I would like to say a quote from one of my favorite movies ever, High School Musical 3. As Chad Danforth once said, "So I guess when they hand us that diploma, we are finally done here." Even though high school was nothing like High School Musical, and we never randomly burst into song, at least most of us, I think this quote still applies. In writing, we are done with this place once we walk across the stage. Even though we may technically be done with Ross, I encourage everyone to remember our time at the high school and how it shaped us. Whether you have learned how to be a better friend or finally stop being a procrastinator, each and every one of us has grown since our freshman year. Even though most of us are ready to leave this place and never look back, the lessons we have learned here will stay with us forever. While I may not always remember how to find the area under the curve, sorry, Miss Brozart, I will never forget the relationships, memories, and experiences I've had at Ross High School. If you take anything from my speech, I encourage it to be this. I encourage you to remember the memories we've made here, even the ones you may want to forget. Remember the friendships you built here and the ones that ended. Remember how it felt to work hard, and remember what it felt like when you failed. Remember every little thing, even when it doesn't seem important. Memories help us grow, learn, and become the best versions of ourselves. We learn from our past to help shape our future. To all of my classmates, I am beyond proud of us. I can't wait to see what we all accomplish in life, as I know it will be amazing. Class of 2022, it's been real. Thank you all, and I will see you at the reunion. Thank you. Once again, our principal, Mr. Brian Martin.
As we do each year, we would like to recognize two very special groups of people who are very important to the members of the graduating class of 2022. Would all former, current, and future members of the United States Armed Forces please stand and be recognized at this time? Thank you for your service to our great nation. Would all Ross Local School District staff who have worked with these graduates during their educational journeys please stand to be recognized at this time? Since we are taking the time to recognize some folks, I'd like to recognize 4 young women who accomplished a great deal during their careers at RHS and whose tireless and often unnoticed efforts helped us have a successful school year. They are our student council officers. Please stand President Olivia Armstrong, Vice President Chloe Godby, Secretary Elena Mead, and Treasurer Malia Kelly. I would also like to recognize two very special people who are retiring in the months to come, so this is their last year of teaching at Ross High School. The first is our business teacher and DECA advisor, Mrs. Rebecca Taylor. I think I have this right. Mrs. Taylor has been teaching at Ross for 31 years. Yeah. Now, there are a lot of stories that I could tell you about Mrs. Taylor. Unfortunately, I just can't tell any of them here. Catch me uptown later, and I may be able to share a few. The second is our IT instructor, Mr. Tom O'Neill. Mr. O'Neill has been teaching at Ross for 21 years. It probably wouldn't surprise anyone to learn that Mr. O'Neill knows more about computers than anyone else I've ever met. Now, it might surprise you to learn that Mr. O'Neill also knows more about beer than anyone else I've ever met. Perhaps it's my own bias, but you wouldn't think that those two skill sets would necessarily go together, but they do. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to Mrs. Taylor and Mr. O'Neill. You've impacted countless lives, and we're going to miss you dearly. Please, a round of applause again for Mrs. Taylor and Mr. O'Neill. Seniors, it's always difficult to summarize in a few lines how I feel about each graduating class. And I have to be brief because as our eldest board member, Mr. Kleinfelder, reminds me every year, no one comes to graduation to listen to you, Mr. Martin. But I would be remiss if I didn't convey to you two similar yet distinct things. And if you don't remember anything else I've ever said to you over the past 4 years, please remember this. Number one, you are loved. The world is better with you in it, and to some, you are their world. Through life's highs and lows, don't ever forget that. Number two, you are enough. Don't ever hide who you are or sacrifice your happiness and well-being to please someone else. Regardless of the circumstances, surround yourself with people who love you for who you are and don't settle for anything less. Class of 2022, you are a tough group to say goodbye to. It has been my honor to serve as your principal as you prepare to receive your diplomas. Please know that we are so very proud of you. We love you very much. Good luck and God bless. Dr. Conkle, Mr. Van Winkle, members of the Board of Education, parents, staff, and guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the Ross High School class of 2022. As their principal, I certify that each candidate has met all of the requirements as set forth by the Ohio Department of Education and the Ross Local School District. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Sean Van Winkle, President of the Ross Local School Board.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. My name is Sean Van Winkle. I'm the board president of Ross Local Schools. It's my distinct honor on behalf of the board to accept the class of 2022 and certify them eligible to receive their diplomas, having met all the requirements through the state of Ohio and the Ross Local School District. Thank you to the best teachers and staff in Butler County for preparing these students for the next steps in their lives. Congratulations to the students and their families. Best wishes. Good luck to each member of the class of 2022.
Please allow me to introduce Mr. Brian Smith, English teacher at Ross High School, who will assist in the presentation of diplomas.
Savannah Rose Smith. Megan Elizabeth Saylor. Caleb James Vowell. Robert Simon Birding. Madeline Paige Abrams. Brock Malone Adams. Chloe McKenna Adams. Kayla Rose Adams. Devin Nicole Albright Jansen. Tristan Shane Alexander. Ryan Scott Allen. Veronica Melissa Allen. Janie Elizabeth Elaine Anderson. Ty Douglas Anderson. Olivia Marie Armstrong. Brody Joseph Arno. Eben Randall Arnold. Skylar Keith Baker. Kennedy Alexis Joe Barker. Abriel Rochelle Barnett. Justin Michael Baum. Ava Leanne Bell. Lauren Elizabeth Bennett. William Vincent Birding. Glenn Richard Bonham. Tyler Hayden Bramall. Lila Christine Brink. Andrew Michael Brown. Josie Danielle Bush. Trey Douglas Campbell. Emma Elizabeth Carr. Herman Owen Carr. Van Jarvis Sissel. Jacob Walter Cochran. Colton Micah Cummins. Sarah Isabel Contreras. Veda Alexis Contreras. Paul Jeffrey Coyner, Jr. Gabriel Layton Daniel. Hope Rebecca Davis. Jordan Richard Deathridge. Jace Patrick Dees. Jaden Robert DeMoss. Lillian Marie Dennis. Lauren Rose Dews. Cole Zachariah Deersing. Lillian Marie Diggs. Kaylee Elise DePaulo. McKenna Jane Doty. Lucas Earl Eldridge. Gracie Darlena Elliott. Hannah Rosalie Erb. Gabriel James Fontaine. Braden William Fraisman. Rachel Michelle Fry. Jesse Dalton Gabbard. Dustin Edward Gamble. Summer Anne Marie Game. Lorelli Abigail Garcia. Samantha Sue Gassman. Jason William Gentry. Jesse James Gentry. Brandy Elizabeth Glazer. Chloe Grace Godby. Nevea Lane Greco. Alexis Danielle Griffin. Elizabeth Anna Marie Guckian. Dylan Michael Hammonds. Mason Jarrett Harbison. Amber Rose Harris. Sierra Cheyenne Harris. Riley Faith Harville. Sydney Rose Helms. Faith Rose Hensley. Lily Marie Henson. Landon Bobby Herman. Jude Clayton Hess. Abigail Caitlin Hill. Ty Christopher Hill. Andrew William Hodge.
Yes, sir.
Austin Robert Howeller. Emily Jade Hogard. Tori Lynn Holbert. James Mason Holcomb. Tyler Jeffrey Hood. Olivia Ann Hoover. Hunter Allen Lee Hopkins. Austin Ray Hubbard. Brody Lee Huffman. Samantha Marie Inorino. Emma Christine Emhoff. Richard Craig Jackson. Ashley Grace Jarvis. Autumn Riley Johnson. Dalton James Johnson. Malia Rose Kelly. Kyle Robert Kerr. Luke Evan Kiefer. Bailey Mackenzie King. Aaron Matthew Kobe. Dylan Alexander Cook. Lydia Rose Ann Langdon. Austin Joseph Linville. Connor Avery Love. Sophia Rose Lunsford. Jaylyn Molly Love Luther. Victoria Rose Marks. Jeffrey Bernard McDonald. Jacob Wayne Fetz McEldowney. Melissa Aaron McFarland. Nathan Edward McSwain. Elena Marie Mead. Alyssa Renee Melton. Abigail Lynn Meyer. Tanner Haven Meyer. Reagan Lee Miller. Shelby Lynn Miller. Riley May Miller. Brandon Glenn Mingus. Thea Jacqueline Moore. Cody Allen Moore. Raymond Connor Moore. Connor James Morgan. Marissa Leanne Mullins. Olivia Renee Napier. Seth Reed Neefield. Ethan Edward Overton. Connor Joseph Ogborn. Mazzy Sidna Ozias. Broderick William Pack. Brittany Renee Paddock. Joey Corinne Payne. Orchid Elizabeth Pence. Aubrey Grace Michelle Pfeiffer. Avery Aaron Michael Pfeiffer. Stephen Robert Pfister. Taylor Olivia Pfister. Tori Elizabeth Pfister. Nathan Thomas Polk. Darcy Joe Powell. Peyton John Profit. Sarah Jessica Protzik. Clayton Michael Purdy. Emma Nicole Redmond. Elijah Allen Lane Ryer. Catherine Virginia Reynolds. Isabel Marie Roberts. Matthew Gregory Romans. Hunter William Rook. Samuel Wayne Roush. Audrey Alexis Rutz. Zachary Abel Rye. Brendan Bo Sasser. Jessa Lynn Sawyers. Ethan Ryan Schranker. William Joseph Schroeder. Autumn Rose Schweitzer. Brendan Scott Sevier. Alyssa Marie Sheets. Reese Loretta Shields. Jalen Ann Simpson. Ian Jean Sloan. Caleb Joseph Smith. Michael Richard Smith. Miles William Stout. Cora Mildred Stevens. Jackson Bradley Stewart. Aiden Mace Swarthwood. Madeline Elizabeth Tabler. Connor Wayne Tarvin. Trista Michelle Taylor. Riley Madison Thomas. Emily Ray Toney. Avery Elizabeth Townsley. Haley Alexis Trammell. Lydia Grace Trout. Peyton Dean Vogley. Noah Maxwell Vonderhaar. Brianna Nicole Von Stein. Justin Caden Walker. Tyler Lucas Watson. Kayla Grace Webster. Bailey Quinn Wetter. Natalie Marie West. Brianna Tracy Whaley. Devin Ray Whitus. Jenna Elizabeth Williams. Heather Renee Willis. Tyler Lee Wilsey. Madison May Wilson. Brendan Thomas Wurzelbacher. Brady Cole Wyatt. Alexandra Rose Yeager. Will everyone please rise, flip to the back of your programs, and join the Ross High School Choir in the singing of our alma mater.
Unspoken, sealed by friendship. Hello, my name is Caleb Bow, and I'm the secretary for the class of 2022.
My name is Robert Birding, and I'm the treasurer for the class of 2022.
Seniors, please stand.
Graduating class of 2022, you may turn your tassels.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present the class of 2022.